track, this is one of them hits now. Heard back from Earth, they just shot a few of my ships down. It's safe to say I'm totally pissed, wow. My cloaking devices just malfunction, guess it's time for a sit down. This is the problem I got with humans, mostly the common man. Constantly fucking with energy they don't understand. Always thinking they got the upper hand. The G-forces for my maneuvers can snap your spine like a rubber band. I shouldn't waste my time, they ain't half as nice. Put a Red Bull in your coffin so your ghost can have wings in the afterlife. Let's rock and roll like a belly dancer's rhinestone. It was my idea to shake the pineal gland like a pine cone. My thoughts create hurricanes, tornadoes, and cyclones. A punch for me is like an avalanche of granite and limestone. You live here, but now this is my home. I neuralize both your retinas. You wake up staring at the screen of your iPhone. Confused by the light plus the high tone. And now we connected from the microchip I placed next to your thigh bone. It's hard to understand cause you're mind blown, but I gotta cut communication. Your government just scrambled they spy drones.
That voice is speaking Sumerian, the oldest language in human history.
I can't explain it.
Ooh-wee. Showtime, it's your boy, Big Mike Raider. And we got 17 in the building to start this thing off. I am the writer and contributor for Planet Raiders. Guys, planetraiders.com. Go ahead and check it out. For this season, it's going to be the one-stop shop for everything Raiders. Raiders prop bets, Raiders gambling, Raiders articles, news, rumors, you name it, you're going to find it over at planetraiders.com. Guys, we got 19 in the building. I appreciate each and every one of you guys for showing me love, showing the support. Shout out to my guy, Richard Taraoka, my bro. What's going on, man? Definitely not a Raiders fan, but he shows love. So, you know, I'm going to show love back. DeMarcus Webb, shout out to you, man. What's good? What's good? Reese Rock, what's going on, bro? Hug D's, the infamous Hug D's into the chat. Salute Raider Nation. Robbie, Almodovar, finally get to catch a live. What's good, Big Mike? We got a little bit to talk about. One subject that I want to cover, and then is going to be a Q&A. I want to hear what you guys have to say regarding these Raiders. I want you guys let me know. The show kind of flows on how you guys feedback to me, and I'll respond with how I feel about things. But I got one bit of an issue, or not an issue, but one bit of news that I do want to talk about real quick. But yeah, we're gonna get this thing started, guys. We're gonna get this thing started. I'm gonna let a couple more people pull up, and then we're gonna get this thing started. Shout out to Paul Edgerton. Greetings from England, my friend. Hey, shout out to you from across the pond. I appreciate you and your support. Definitely, man. Definitely. Orlando Padilla. What's going on, man? Good to see you. Good to see you. Franklin Skinner with the 3 flags. I love it, man. Nice flag. Some handsome Bucks fan must have got that for you for your birthday, huh? Yeah, I know a guy. He's a good guy that hooked it up for my birthday. I appreciate it once again. I had to represent, man. I had the green screen in the back, but I had to put this one up, man. Shout out to Matthew Moyer. What's going on, man? Good to see you, man. Jamal Williams, what's going on, bro? Austin Ogbor, rising. Hey, I'm doing my best, man. I'm doing my best. Paul Edgerton once again. Ruben Rust, what's going on, man? Kenny Mack, let me see. I'm making sure that I'm getting everybody. All right, so guys, we got 24 in the chat. I need for you guys to like the thumb, hit the sub, and share it with your folks. Big Mike Raider. Guys, I want to let you know a little bit about something, man. I have about 1,100 subscribers. The numbers have jumped off the chart the last week or so, and I'm more than grateful. And not only that, the hours that I've been accumulating for this channel has doubled in the last few days. And guys, that's because of you guys, all the new people that's came in and supported and show love and has bought into what I'm selling. I appreciate that 100%. We are close to getting monetized. Like I said, I got some things in store. Once I get monetized, I want to do some giveaways. I want to give back to the nation. I want to give back to Planet Raiders. We're going to make this thing pop, man. I'm telling you guys, that's what we're going to do. Shout out to Dirty Eric. Guys, let's jump into it. Raiders Scout dropped a pretty good haymaker this morning talking about our rookies. It's the rookie movement, guys. It's the rookie movement. Shout out to Digital Prez. Thanks for popping in, bro. According to Raider Scout, rookie linebacker Amari Burney, Jakorian Bennett, our corner, and safety Chris Smith II will all have the opportunity to push for starting roles. Michael Mayer and edge Tyree Wilson will likely be the day one starters at their positions regardless, and Byron Young will see a significant amount of snaps on the interior. The Raiders want to add more athleticism to the defense, and Burney and Bennett provide that, with Smith serving as an excellent option at third safety or starting if Trevon Merritt can't regain his rookie season form. How do you guys feel about the youth movement? How do you feel about possibly having 5 starters on offense and defense to start this season? How do you guys feel about that? I want to hear from you guys, and I'm going to let you know how I feel about it. Guys, I have to show this one, man. Matthew Moyer, you deserve it, Big Mike. You put in the hours and it's paying off. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate each and every one of you who have came in and shown love from beginning to end. Even if you just got here, I appreciate it. But there are people in here like Matthew Moyer, T. Severe, Jamal Williams have been with the Big Mike movement since November, man. When I had like 30 subscribers, they've been here and they've shown love. And even if you're just getting here, man, I appreciate it. Like I said, man, appreciate it. Like I said, T. Severe says 33 in the room and only 17 likes. Hit the thumb and help Big Mike get monetized. I appreciate it, bro. You're one of my biggest supporters. I appreciate it. Says Ruben Russ, don't take much to hit the like button. Help the YouTube algorithm. Let's get this attention he deserves. Guys, I want by the end of this show, I want to get at least 150 likes, man. That's kind of where I've been clocking in lately. I'm not going to lie to you, man. I really appreciate the love and support. Hit them likes, man, and share with your folks, most importantly. Here we go. Here we go. Jamal Williams, he says, I've been telling y'all about Burney. He's a playmaker. You know, you have been a big supporter of Burney. I'm actually surprised about hearing that Burney has a shot to be a starter. I thought maybe he would be a depth piece, but dude, like I've said this before, man. I've said that if we have youngsters on our defense coming in and making a splash, the rookies, particularly if we have like 3 or 4 rookies coming in, and then we sprinkle that in with some seasoned vets, we have a good recipe of making this thing happen, guys. And I want to be honest with you. I think a lot of us are forgetting that Max Crosby is his 5th year. He's a young guy, but he's a seasoned vet at this point. He's the nucleus of this defense. We got Chandler Jones, that grizzled vet. We got a couple other guys. We got Nate Hobbs, who's looking for a payday after this season. So, guys, things are starting to set up for this defense to look like we're going to try to make a run down the line, man. I really like what I'm seeing with this defense. I'm liking what I'm hearing. Guys, what do you guys think? What do you guys think? Am I off the mark with that? Hot Beavers in the building. What's up, nation? What's good? What's good, man? Good to see you. It's Bennett for me, man. You know, Jakorian Bennett, I think that was probably one of our best picks in this draft. We picked him up in the 4th round, and I'm excited to see what he has, what he's going to bring to the table. I'm really excited to see. Wasted Ben told you about Burney. Yeah, you did. You did. You said it at the table when we were at the restaurant in Vegas, man. You said that, bro. I have to give you your props. Before I even click on the live, I'm hitting that like button, man. I appreciate it, bro. I appreciate it. Ruben Russ, the great and powerful. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's good? What's good? Yo, I just talked about the youth movement, talking about possibly Amari Burney, Jakorian Bennett, and Chris Smith being a starter on this team. Now, I'll be honest with you. I was checking out Chris Smith's film after we drafted him, and it opened my eyes. It really seemed like that he could be that third safety coming in and maybe even possibly a starter in the long run. So I was on board with this from the beginning. What I would like to see is kind of a swap, kind of mix things up, be real versatile, putting Chris Smith at the actual safety position, whether strong or free safety, and also putting him in that slot safety position where we can have a 3-back safety look and be really, really versatile and do a lot of things. Put him up in the box, moving back into coverage, set things up to where we have him blitzing and things like that. We can do a lot of things with this defense, and I do like where this defense is headed, guys. Shout out to my bro, Graf in the building. Good to see you, man. Good to hear from you. Thanks for the support, bro, as always. Federo Music. What's good? What's good? Let's see what else we got, guys. What do you guys think about this, man? I like the youth movement. I like where this is headed. This was good news coming from Raiders camp today. Let's move on to Michael Mayer, right? Michael Mayer and Tyree Wilson. It's looking like they're going to be a lock for a starting spot on this team. So let's go over Michael Mayer's stats from Notre Dame. With Notre Dame, he had 67 receptions, 809 yards, and 9 touchdowns. This was last year, his senior year with Notre Dame. Do you guys see if he is our starter? Well, it's looking like he's going to be our starter. Can he replicate those numbers, 67 receptions, 809 yards, and 9 touchdowns? I think that he can get pretty damn close, but those kind of numbers right there will get him a Pro Bowl nod and possibly offensive rookie of the year. How do you guys feel about Michael Mayer making rookie of the year at offense in 2023? Now it's a long shot, guys. It's a plus 2,500. It's gonna be a long shot, but if you can put up anything close to 67 receptions, 809 yards, and 9 touchdowns, we might have something. I like him at if I had to kind of compare those numbers, I would probably be about 55 receptions. Let's go 700 yards and let's go 6 touchdowns. What do you guys think about that? Wasey, he goes, bro, it's looking like we drafted 3 starters and 2 more possible. Hey, you know what? And we were talking about that earlier this season before the draft. We were like, if we can get 3 starters and at least 3 starters, that we're heading in the right directions. And it's looking like that we're heading towards that direction. I like what I'm hearing from there. Now I'm hoping that it's not they're not starting at a default. I'm hoping that it's more of they are out playing and they're showing glimpse of greatness instead of being that, oh, well, this is the best we have right there. There's a big difference. I'm hoping that that's the case, that they are out there showing that they are like stars and not just the best we have right now. That's kind of my fear for that. But to be honest with you, I really think that this is a step in the right direction. I'm leaning towards that. Jamal Williams goes, yes, Jimmy loves tight ends in the middle of the field. Mayer will eat. Yeah, Jimmy G is one of those guys that his passer rating gets better towards the middle of the field, whether it's at short intermediate or the really like short drag routes. But that short intermediate from like 8 to like 12 yards and a little bit past that, he's excellent. He's excellent giving the ball down the field and even down the middle, like the long seam routes. Like he's really good at that too. So slot receivers, if we can get Hunter Renfrow going, if we get rid of Hunter Renfrow, hopefully we got another guy to add to the youth movement. We have a Trey Tucker come in and be that slot guy that we can go vertical down the seam. And hey, you never know, he might, Jimmy G might be one of his favorite targets. So to me, guys, long short, I'm thinking that this year is going to be a lot. People are going to be surprised what we got going, man. I'm really going to be optimistic about what's going on with this season, man. Digital Press goes, this draft was a solid B for me. Yeah, I had it rated around a B plus. As of right now, it's still a B plus. But hey, we look back at this, we could be like, we got like 3 or 4 starters on defense from this draft. It might be an A plus draft, especially if Tyree Wilson can come in and make a splash, considering that he's going to be marked in as possibly a day 1 starter, guys. Matthew Mayer isn't an aspiring rapper, right? I think he could do better than Waller did last season. Now, yeah, I don't think he's a rapper, but one thing that we do need to do is make sure that he is protected and that he's actually stretching and doing what he has to do off the field to stay on the field when it's time to play. A lot of these guys, it's showtime for them on the field, and then off the field, they're not taking care of their bodies and not stretching. They're not hydrating. They're taking these protein shakes and not drinking water behind them, which leads to cramping and pulled hamstrings and things like that. So we need to make sure that our guys are taking care of themselves off the field and that this craft is their number 1 priority rather than other things, rap or whatever it may be. We got to make sure that this is the case. But for me, I think Michael Mayer is one of those guys that loves football. That's one thing I do like about this draft. It's a lot of guys that seem to love football rather than loving what brings their talent, what they get from that talent, basically. So the money and the things like that, the fame and the other opportunities outside of football. To me, it seems like these guys are about football. Have to be optimistic. The fact that we drafted 2 top 30 players with our first 2 picks is a step in the right direction for our organization. Yeah, and even Michael Mayer, he was projected to be like a mid-first round pick. We can't forget that this guy kind of dropped a little bit for whatever reason, but tight ends in general kind of dropped too. So to me, we got the best tight end in the draft, and then we got possibly one of the best defensive players in the draft. I know that Jalen Carter might have something to say about that, but there was some experts that had Tyree Wilson as number 2 on their draft board. So, guys, I would say the first 2 rounds we hit a home run. Now things got a little bit shaky, but it was fit. It's stuff that fits with us. And to me, in another year or so, we might say this was an A+ home run draft, to where we look back at it and it was like, hey, this is where things turned around for us. Hi Beavers. He says, we may look back at this draft as being good as we have had since I was alive. I'm 43. You know what? I'm 36. And, the one draft that I can really say that really stuck out was that 2014 draft where we got Khalil Mack and Carr and a bunch of other guys. And to me, that was like one of the best drafts that we had. And then second was that 2019 draft, just because, we got Max Crosby, Hunter Renfrow, Josh Jacobs. That was a solid draft in the big picture of things. Now, we have whiffed on first round picks over the years, but this year you might be right. This might be one of the best drafts that we've had in our generation. Now, you're not too far from me, so I could say like in our generation. So yeah, you're right. Guys, we have 53 in the chat. I need for you guys to like the thumb, hit the sub, and share with your folks. Big Mike Raider. We're talking youth movement, guys. We're talking a little bit about Michael Mayer and what his role is going to be on this team. I'm thinking he has about 6 to 7, almost 700 yards, 55 receptions, and about 6 or 7 touchdowns. Let me know what you guys think about it. Daniel Malero. He says, I like where our team is headed. We're a dark horse playoff team, in my opinion. Yeah, people are really sleeping on us. I was going to drop my daughter off, and I'm everywhere I go, I got a Raiders hat, and the guy was like, "Oh yeah, you're a Raiders fan." I'm like, "Yeah, And he was like, "You guys are gonna tank this year, huh?" I'm like, "I don't know where you're getting that news from. We ain't tanking. We're trying to win games." And I think it's because of Jimmy G and people like kind of his perception, like casual football players, where they see where his standing is and how he kind of finished with the 49ers. People are seeing that, okay, we got like a bridge quarterback who is just serviceable and can't really necessarily win games for you as a quarterback. So they're thinking that we're out there to tank for Caleb Williams. I think that that's not the case. I think that we are going to hang around and make a mark this year in that playoff race, possibly get in as a wild card. K-Town Raider, old as all right, bro. I look younger than you, bro. Come on, let's be real, man. Like, what are you like? You just turned 30. You look about you like you're 55, bro. Come on, man. Shout out to you, bro. Love you, man. Oh, and by the way, guys, Sunday, me and K-Town Raider are definitely gonna get the Swagger and Boisterously podcast. As you can see on the top right-hand corner, I didn't change the logo. Where is it? Right there. Somewhere. Yeah, right there. Sunday night, we're going to be doing our Swagger Boisterously podcast. Me and K-Town Raider. You don't want to miss it. We definitely have a good time on those Sunday nights. Digital Prez, he goes, this season just going to remain optimistic on what's happening. There's enough room for improvement. Yeah, there's enough room for improvement. I think that this offense is going to continue where they left off, plus more. They were top 10. They were a fringe top 10 offense, right? They were really disciplined when it came to holding on to the ball, besides Derek Carr throwing a bunch of interceptions. But besides that, they were in the top on one of the top teams in the league as far as giveaways go. So they were disciplined with the ball. Josh McDaniels is going to instill that type of mentality to keep that ball in their hands and not give away bonehead turnovers. Now, if the defense on the flip side can come in and get turnovers and make plays, we're going to shock some guys. I really believe that. I really believe that that's going to be the case this year. Jamal Williams, he goes, Jimmy helped turn San Francisco around. Yes, the defense helped, but they were trash every season before he came to build that defense up. Exactly. And I think he doesn't get enough credit for what he's done. You have to have some sort of ability and some sort of grasp of the offense to have a 40-17 record as a starter. I don't know. I think that's correct. 40-17. You know, the 49ers were really bad before he got there, and he turned it around. I think I don't know how he is in the locker room, but things turned around when he was there. I don't think that that's a coincidence. I think that we're going to be in for a surprise, man. Big time. Reese Rock, A+ grade, should have added a stud linebacker. Hey, we may have added a stud linebacker. I mean, according to Raider Scout, Amari Burney, he's going to be a starter this year. Maybe we got a diamond in the rough in the 6th round, guys. I don't know. I mean, that's a reach, but hey, in 2019, people were talking about Max Crosby. Now we're talking about him being one of the best pass rushers in the league. So, guys, stay tuned. You never know. Robert Cisneros, hey, thanks for coming in, bro. I appreciate the support, man. Hey, I'm doing my best, man. Guys, we have 51 in the building. Make sure you guys like the thumb, hit the sub, and share with your folks. Big Mike Raider. Chris, imagine number 4 becomes that guy. That would be great, man. I think that's another guy that we have to stay tuned on. If Jimmy G can't stay upright, hopefully that's the case. I believe that Jimmy G will be able to stay upright this year. I think that he has the offensive line, even though we do have questions on that right side as far as right guard goes. I think we'll find the correct person to put in that spot, and we're going to fly from there. And I think that with that 3-step drop, keeping him protected, keeping him upright, getting rid of that ball before anybody can even get to him. I think with that, Jimmy G is going to last this whole season. And luckily, and hopefully we don't see Aiden O'Connell this season. Maybe next season we do see him, but we got Jimmy G for 2 more years. And if we can get Aiden O'Connell up to speed in 2 years, he's good to go. I think he'd be good to go year 3. Let's see what we got. David Bigelow, shout out to you, says the 49ers wanted Captain Kirk over Jimmy G, so I'm going to remain a little skeptical for now. Yeah, and I mean, Captain Kirk Cousins, he's kind of one of those guys too where he needs things around him to be a little bit better too. But I think that for that fit, for that offense, I think that Jimmy G was a better fit, to be honest with you. And I think that if I had to choose for us, if I had to choose a Kirk Cousins or a Jimmy G, I'm definitely going Jimmy G for sure. Wait a minute. Kane Town, you're not going to hijack my show, bro. I saw that shit, man. Asshole. Ruben Russ, he says, what do you think the DT room looks like? I would especially like to know about Nesta Jade Silvera. I think he's going to make this team, man. I've heard some good things about him. He might be that guy. He might be a guy to sneak in. I heard he's a bully. That's exactly what you need at the defensive tackle position. That's something to look at, guys. That might be another guy to add to this youth movement. I'm excited. I'm hoping that is the case. But I do want to see Neil Farrell Jr. I'm a big fan of his. I think that him getting a little bit slimmer will lead to him being quicker off the ball and causing more plays. Now, I did a film breakdown on him a couple of months ago, and he's just right there, guys. He made some good plays against the Jaguars. It was probably one of his best games all season. But I think that there was some plays in there where he could have really tore that game and broke the game up. And I think if he can bring that kind of intensity this year. I think that losing him losing the weight is going to equate to him being more quicker and making those plays that he was just this close to making. So stay tuned. I'm hoping that Neil Farrell and Byron Young is that 1-2 punch for us. That would be excellent. I do want to see more pressure from the interior going after that quarterback in passing situations, because that's only going to free up Tyree Wilson and Max Crosby. Silvera might be our number 1 D tackle week 1, man. You know, if that's the case, like I said, man, here's the thing. Like, we can have a bunch of rookies starting. I'm cool with that. But if that means that's the best we got and everybody else is not playing up to par, then that is a problem. But if he's out there being a star and we got a bunch of star rookies out there playing, then that's what I'm all for it. That it kind of makes me a little bit nervous seeing too many rookies out there. I want to see 3 or 4. I don't want like half the defense being rookies, because that just tells me that we might have a depth issue. So I want to see 3 or 4 rookies out there with some with some good depth. I want to see also I want to see also like grizzled vets out there, different vets out there to sprinkle in and making big plays and being the leaders, the leadership for us. That's what I'm looking for a defense. That's what we need, man. JJ over any free agent / trade at this moment. Yeah, that's priority number 1. You're absolutely right, man. And I hope that he gets the money he deserves. Absolutely. Shout out to you, Jason Marshall. Digital Prez, he goes Big Mike in the UDFAs you see making the roster. Yes, I do. I see McClendon Curtis. I think he can make the squad because we're definitely going to need a right guard. I think that he can be plug and play if he's playing well. I really haven't heard too much about him out of camp, but training camp is coming up, so we will see what's going on with him. I can't think of the linebacker from NC State that we picked up UDFA. I've heard some good things about him. Those are the 2 that I'm also thinking. Oh, thanks, Canetown. Adam Plant Jr. for sure. I think he's going to for sure make it as that 4th rusher coming off the bench, coming in to kind of change the pace, give Tyree Wilson and Max Crosby a good bit of rest when we need it, like in the 3rd quarter or so they can come in and finish the games. I think that Adam Plant Jr. can come in and be that guy. I've also heard that the Raiders actually do want to see Willis to actually be that guy, but to me, he's like 27, 28 years old. So I would rather have a young guy come in and take that spot and be that guy of the future for us, rather than having some veteran come in that's kind of on the back end of his career, making that kind of move. But I mean, I don't know. I would say Adam Plant Jr., McClendon Curtis, and that linebacker from NC State, Drake Thomas. Thanks, K-Town. I appreciate that, man. Having a mental break for, I don't know, like it happens sometimes, man. But yeah, appreciate it. Drake Thomas for sure, man. Hug D says, Big Mike, read the previous comment, bro, telling numbers. Where is it, man? Sometimes I overlook. Hold on, let me find. Oh, there we go. There we go. You know I love the numbers, man. Hug Deezy goes, Jimmy G has a 72% win percentage. For comparison, the 9-year hope we had earned a 44% win percentage. Do with that info what you will. That means a lot, man. You know, in a league that is quarterback centric, that means a lot. It really does. And you know, people really look at quarterbacks winning percentage. You can throw all the stats you want out there. Carr threw for 4K, these number of consecutive years, and this and that, blah, 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 right? But what really matters with quarterbacks is are you winning games? Are you throwing these amount of yardages when the game counts? You can argue that, yeah, he did. He had 30 come from behind victories and things like that. But the problem with Derek Carr is he had no killer instinct. That was the problem with him, is that we would be behind in a lot of games, and then it would take for him to try to do this heroic kind of like from, out of nowhere coming and save the day type of deal rather than dominating the entire game. It was very rare that we've seen that. I would like to see a sustained consistency from my quarterback. I don't need you to be Patrick Mahomes. I don't need you to throw for 5K. I just need you to run an offense efficiently. I need for you to have a grasp of the offense and make smart plays. That's what I'm looking for my quarterback. We don't necessarily need a superstar. You don't need a superstar quarterback to win in this league or in football in general. Canetown Raider, I appreciate you, bro. Raider Dangerfield, shout out to you, man. Appreciate you coming in, man. Appreciate you coming in. Ruben Russ, I like John Jenkins as nose tackle in Patrick Graham's defense. Last season, Neil Farrell didn't look like a starting caliber player. Hopefully he steps up. Yeah, I mean, it was a consistency issue with Neil Farrell, but you know what? I think that he was still trying. He was some growing pains. I'm not going to lie. Maybe there were some growing pains, but I think that this year he has a grasp of what it takes to be a pro in the NFL, what it takes to the expectation, what his assignment is, taking care of his body. I think those things really do matter. And I think that they actually want Neil Farrell over John Jenkins to be that nose tackle on the defense. I think John Jenkins, solid nose tackle, but let's be honest, he's 35 years old. We don't need anybody. We don't need a starter at 35 years old. I would rather see the youngsters come in and take over. If John Jenkins is our starter, that is a big problem for me as far as Neil Farrell goes and the rest of these rookies, because, you would rather see the youngsters come in and take it from them. I like John Jenkins as a locker room leader, as a guy that can kind of show how to be a pro for these young guys. But as far as being a starter on our team, that is not ideal to me, to be honest with you, man. David Bigelow. That's the guy I was thinking of. Jenkins is a space eater. He's a big dude, man. Like, don't get me wrong, but he's on the back end of his career, man. He's 35 years old. Like, I don't know how I feel about that. Jason Marshall, he's a Jimmy G, top 10 in red zone since entering the league. Bring that production to his defense. Let's effing go. And that's the big point, right? That's the thing that we were looking for. Jimmy G needs not necessarily a good defense, we need a defense who is actually opportunistic and making plays, taking the ball from the offense and giving the short field to the offense. Now, if Jimmy G can throw like 25 to 30 touchdowns, but most of those touchdowns are in the red zone, that is more important to me than somebody like a Derek Carr who would come in and throw a bunch of long touchdowns, but when it came to the red zone, he was stinking it up, and we'd have the best kicker in the league. I don't want, as much as I like our kicker, I just don't want our kicker to be coming out there 40 times a year and kicking field goals. That means that we're not finishing when it counts. And if we're on short fields and Jimmy G's throwing 2 or 3 touchdowns a game, short distances, and it was because we caused turnovers, that is more important than the stats to me. It's a complimentary game, man. We got to remember this, that you can't have good offense without a good defense and vice versa. So I'm hoping that the defense can be more opportunistic and give Jimmy G more of those red zone opportunities. Anthony Estrada, thanks for popping in. One of my original supporters, man. Thanks for popping in. Yo, salute to the guy, Big Mike Raider. Appreciate it, man. We got 56 in the building. Make sure you guys like the thumb, hit the sub, and share with your folks. Let's see what we got next. Let's see. Hug D says, y'all hitting the nail on the head, though. This team will go as far as the defense improves. It's been a Raiders Achilles heel for a decade. Yeah, it's been tough. And last show I did talk about the 2016 defense being opportunistic and causing a lot of turnovers, but they were ranked 20th. They weren't a great defense that year, but the difference is they were coming in and making plays on defense, and that's what kind of put us over that hump. And the Raiders won a lot of close games that year. But if you're upping your probability to win games if you can come in and get more turnovers, because there's just more opportunities for the offense to score. So I'm hoping that not only are we getting that turnover, winning the turnover battle, we're also being a stout defense and not allowing people to score and not giving up a lot of yards. I want to be a stingy defense, but I know that does take time. This year, I'm just looking for more opportunities for the offense. Take the ball away. Now, if we're giving up a lot of yards in the process, okay, I can deal with that, but get the ball. Take the ball, make plays. Make a lot more plays than last year. That's what I'm saying. Canetown, got to get back to work, bro. Great show. All love, man. Hey, I'll see you Sunday, bro. Thanks for popping in. Thanks for the support, bro. Much love as always, man. Ruben Russ, people forget to count Trey Tucker as a starter as our returner. Yeah. You know, if this was like 10, 15 years ago, man, I'd be more excited about a returner. But, you know, like in today's football, the special teams is kind of getting taken away from us. We're not going to see those opportunities. Maybe as a punt returner, he get a chance to make some plays. But as a kick returner, it's almost like, man, it's non-existent at this point. But I would like to see him as a punt returner and be that home run hitting guy back there and making plays. That would be awesome, man, because, you know, that's the third phase of football, old school wise. That the old school mentality is 3 phases of football, right? You got offense, defense, special teams. Special teams, if you usually win that, you're winning about 33% of the battle right there. In most cases, if you score on special teams, that is a stat I read a long time ago. It's like if you score on special teams, it's like you have a high percentage of a chance to win that game in general. So, and probably even more so now because they took away a lot of special teams, the kickoff and things like that. They didn't necessarily take it away, but you know, you see less of it now. The ball moved up on kickoffs and stuff. Everything's kicks are automatic touchbacks most of the time. So, that percentage might even climb even higher now. So if we do have a guy that can be that home run hitter on special teams, that only helps us too on both our offense and our defense. Joseph C. Shout out to you, man. He says John Jenkins is going to be a long shot for his roster. Bilal Nichols played hurt last year. Neil Farrell Jr., Byron Young, Jerry Tillery, Nesta J. Silvera, 3D tackles are competing for. Yeah, you know what? I think you're right, man. John Jenkins might be the odd man out. He's just a little bit. He's a little bit long in the tooth. I hate to say old because he's about my age. He ain't old. He's just, you know, as far as football goes, he's on the back end of his career, and you know, he's there to be that pro to show him how things work. That's what I think. And I mean, maybe even he is there to compete. You never know, but I would like to see the young guys come in and emerge as starters at this point. Raider Dangerfield, shout out to you. Our defense hasn't been worth squat for about 2 decades. You can't expect your quarterback to go out and score 28 points a game. You got to be able to stop the other team. Yeah, there's not too many quarterbacks and go out there and put up 28 a game, man. There's not too many. I say about 1 or 2 in this league that can do that consistently. Other than that, everybody else struggles. You need a complementary type of football in most cases. David Kellenberger, shout out to you. Just got home from work and see Big Mike live makes the suck day at work not so bad. Hey, I'm glad to help you out, man. I'm glad to brighten your day just a little bit. Hey, and guys, we got 4th of July coming up. Here's a little safety for you. Be careful. Don't drink and light fireworks. You're going to do it anyway. But here's the step. Light and run away. Guys, be safe out there. Drink safely. No drinking and driving, man. No arrests. I want everybody back here after the 4th and checking me out, checking out the rest of the show, checking out all the shows, and rocking with me this season, man. Be safe on the 4th of July, guys. Ruben Russ, Renfro being more of an improvising route runner scares me. JMD offense depends on people getting to their spots fast. Does he get moved? Yeah, I think he might get moved. And, you know, Renfro is one of those he's those freestyling type of guys in an offense that doesn't really permit the freestyle. So I do think he's getting moved. Now, what we get for him might not be what we could have got for him the year before. So this is another kind of a bad business move in hindsight for our Raiders brass. But who would have known that, you know, this whole project with Derek Carr and everything, Hunter Renfro and Darren Waller, who who would have known that that wouldn't have worked or bombed as bad as it did? So I'm not going to completely blame them for that. You can't hit home runs every time, but we do need to move them. And if we can get a defensive player in exchange, that would be perfect, man. That's something that I would like to see. Let's see. Any players on Raiders involved with the new gambling rule or to be determined? Now, I'm hoping that's not the case, man. I'm looking at that real closely, and this is how it works with the Raiders, right? We get this whole gambling thing. People get knocked out, left and right. This is happening right now. But how they would get us is that it would be one of our guys that's like balling out in the preseason, and then he gets knocked right before the season starts. That's how they do us. So stay tuned. I'm hoping that's not the case. I'm really hoping that's not the case, but that's what happens with us, man. You won't hear about anything coming from Raiders camp, any kind of trouble, but they'll get us when the time is perfect. Perfect. Hopefully that's not the case, man, as always, of course. Shout out to you, bro. Anthony Estrada said, yeah, be careful. No house fires to remember to this day last year. A couple of houses down, burning. Yeah, you got to be careful with them fireworks, man. Be careful with the barbecue, all that, like all of it, man. Be careful. Don't drink too much, man. Don't get into fights. None of that, man. Let's definitely come back on the 5th and get together and talk some Raiders ball, man. I really hope so, man. I really hope so. Hot Beavers, having quarterback that knows the offense allows more Renfro freestyling, in my opinion. And that's a good way to look at it. I could be wrong about that. Renfro might be tearing it up this season, maybe back at original form where he was freestyling, and maybe Josh McDaniels is like, yeah, do your thing. Let's make this thing happen. So you might be right, man. You might absolutely be right. I'm hoping that's the case because I do like Renfro as a player. I like his freestyling. I like his grittiness. He has all the intangibles of being that Raider and that historic Raider. We look back and like, this dude wasn't the fastest guy, wasn't the strongest guy, but you know what? He kicked your ass every game. And I really hope that Renfro does stay. That's exactly what I want. I want him to stay. We're paying him too, right? Like, I don't want to get rid of him in it's another bad project, right? I really hope this thing works out. But from what it looks like right now, from what I know from Josh McDaniels, from what we all know from Josh McDaniels, is that it's not a good fit for Hunter Renfro. But I'm hoping you're right, Hot Beavers. I'm hoping that's the case. Shout out to you, bro. Appreciate it, man. J Rowe, salute, bro. Thanks for coming in. We got 75 in the chat. I need for you guys to like the thumb, hit the sub, and share with your folks. Big Mike Raider. Let's get them hours up. Let's get me monetized, man. I want to give back to you guys this season. Your support means a lot to me. I will definitely let you guys, I will show my gratitude in return on the back end. I promise you guys. I promise that. Mark Salter, salute to you, man. Hug D's. Let's see. He says, I like that Renfro looks like a 40-year-old starving accountant who can juke you clean out of your cleats. Yeah. It kind of reminds me. I was in this like adult basketball league when I had good knees and a good back. This was like 10 years ago. It was this big dude. He was probably about 6'2", 6'3", a little bit taller than me. I'm 6 foot. But he was like a big dude, like D tackle, zero technique type of dude, big, slow lumbering wobble body. You know what I mean? And they put me on him. I wasn't super big, but I was the biggest dude on the court at the time. So that, big guy on big guy. I thought this guy was going to try to post up and do some moves. What he ended up doing, he would just pull up from the damn logo and hit threes. So the first time he did it, I was like, okay, go ahead, go for it. Boom, sunk one on me. I was like, all right. Second one, I let him have it again. Sunk another one on me. 3, 4. It was about 10 baskets later. I was like, all right, this guy's the truth. He scored about 35, 36 on my head, bro. Like, and that's kind of what I see with Hunter Renfro. Some of these defenders don't really take him seriously. And he goes right by you. He'll shake you out of your socks, but he doesn't look like that guy that can do that. So that's what I like about Hunter Renfro. I like guys that can come in and really shock you with their athletic ability and what they can do and mastering their craft with limited ability. That's just, I don't know, that kind of stuff is pretty cool to me, man. because it goes kind of against the grain. And you know, for me, against the grain is cool stuff, man. Hug D's goes, he's talking hot beavers. He said, I can't believe concussion 2 ranked number 2 in the metric you gave. That's bananas. Yeah. Let me see where's the, did I miss that one? Did I miss that? Let me see if I can go back to that comment because I want to see what you're talking about. Let me see. It's too far back, man, but I'm sure that metric was pretty good, man. I'm sure. Jason Marshall's Mr. Davis will be 94 years old on Tuesday. 94. Oh, yeah, on the 4th of July. That's right. I miss that man every damn day. Raiders. Hey, guys, have a beer, pour one out for our guy Mark Davis on his birthday. Celebrate America and celebrate Mr. Davis's birthday. 94 years old. That's crazy. Honestly, thought he was older than that, to be honest with you, man. Shout out to you, Jason Marshall. Cam Sims, I think, is going to be big for the Raiders. Yeah, you know what? That's another thing. That's another one. That's another guy people are kind of talking about. I know that Graf, he's big on Cam Sims. He has a similar build to Mac Hollins. And Mac Hollins really emerged as that guy that can go vertical and make big plays for us when we need it. He was our third down guy last year. If Cam Sims can come in and be that guy, that's cool too. But we got a stack wide receiver room, and it's going to be tough sledding for him, man. To me, I don't think he makes this squad, but you never know. He might be that 5th, 6th receiver that comes in and make things happen for us. And I know he's a special teams guy as well. So that and he could be a red zone threat too. So there's a good case for him to make this squad, man. Definitely. Yeah. Hot Beavers, man. Post it again, man. I wanted to see what you're talking about, man. Oh, there we go. And shout out to David Bigelow, 10 years sober. So I have a sweet tea instead. There you go. Be safe, man. And congratulations for 10 years sober, man. That is a gift, man. I respect anybody who can make that pivot, you know, and shout out to you, man. Definitely, man. 10 years sober. Congratulations, man. Hot Beavers, he says, using a metric that merges quarterback grades and scores from PFF, Football Outsiders, DVOA, EPA plus CPOE. I have no idea what that means. And a traditional passer rating. Mahomes, Tua, Josh Allen, Burrow, Hurts, and Jimmy G. So, you know, these are PFF. This is deep in the weeds type of statistics that I love to talk about. I love to read about. But when you're on the list of Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Burrow, and Hurts, you might be doing something right. And he's number 6 on that list. And hey, that might equate to positive things on the field for us, man. You never know. Thanks for that bit of information, man. I do love the numbers, man. That's what I love to see. I want to see more numbers. You guys throw all the numbers at me, man. It just makes all of us sharper as a fan base. We're talking at the water cooler with these non-Raider fans, and they want to say, hey, the Raiders suck. The Raiders this, the Raiders that. You get like, hey, no, actually, blah, 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 blah. And then you can spit facts at them, and you can get it from right here and from the chat, man. You get that type of information from Big Mike Raider and the rest of Shieldmore. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to build this fan base to make it a smarter fan base and not let these fools from outside of Raider Nation try to school us and talk crap about our team, man. Let them know what's up, man. Let them know what's up. Jay Rowe says, I think Matthew Butler is going to open some eyes this season. Jay Rowe, man, I'm not hearing many good things about Matthew Butler, man. I'm not going to lie, but, you know, that's another guy that is going to be in his second year. Am I talking about Matthew Butler? Do we have 2 Butlers on the team? I'm thinking about second year guy. Yeah, Matthew Butler. That's the one I'm talking about, right? The was it 4th round pick, 5th round pick that we had last year. I'm not hearing good things about him. But hey, you never know, man. You never know. You never know. Let me see what we got. Terrell Etherly, commitment to excellence, just win championships. And that's what it's about. And I think this year with the youth movement, we are starting that. We're at the bottom right now, but we're setting the building blocks for that championship run. Daniel Malero, can't wait for football season so I can hit those 7-10 team parlays, man. Bro. Hey, we got I'll provide the info and we can eat together, man. 7 to 10 team parlays. I hit on a 6-team parlay a couple years ago. I turned $25 into almost $2,000, man. It was a good time, man. I always get close. That year I hit it. So, hey, good luck to you, man. 7, I would stick to 5. That's a good sweet spot. 7, it gets hard at that 6, 7. And even with 5, it's like I go 4-1 a lot. So, yeah, good luck to you, man. Little money will make you a lot. Don't throw the whole bank on the parlays, man. Stay, keep progressing a little by little, stack little by little, and do a little home run shot, a little $5 on a big parlay, and that's how you do it, man, for sure. Let's see. Matthew Butler is going to be frying fries this season. Whew. Oh man. I hope not, man. I never wish that upon anybody, especially these youngsters, man. Hopefully he turns around. He actually wants to play some football for sure, man. Vegas, salute to you. Started from the bottom, now we're here. Hey, let's go Raiders, man. Hey, we're on the rise, man. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise, man. We got 70 in the building. Make sure you guys like the thumb, hit the sub, and share with your folks. Guys, I got about 9 minutes left on this show. I got to get going. I got to pick up my daughter. I wish I could stay with you guys the whole time, all afternoon, but I got some things to take care of. Got to pack for Vegas. Got some stuff I'm taking care of with the family. So, guys, I got about 9 minutes. Get the questions in. I'm going to talk a little bit about Tyree Wilson, and we're going to wrap this thing up, man. Let's see. David Kellenberger. Colts cut the 2 players that got suspended for the year. Returner Isaiah Rodgers, linebacker Rashad Berry, and also suspended free agent Demetrius Taylor. Wow. Now, is that from the gambling stuff? Because I know that we look at these guys like, oh man, this will be a good addition, but man, it's tough to bring in those type of guys into Vegas. Now, to me, that kind of like excuse to not bring somebody in is kind of weak, to be honest with you. It's all about the environment, about team leadership in that situation. To me, it doesn't matter. You can get in trouble in any city, but I think that the Raiders won't go that route just for the PR type of deal. The Raiders, it seems like their moves have been trying to be on the better graces of the NFL, so I don't see them picking up those type of guys. But you never know, man. If we can add on to the team, I'd rather win than care about what's going on PR-wise. So if that equates to us winning, picking up these guys that just recently got cut, man, I'm all for it. Yeah, we definitely got to talk more about these parlays, man. Yeah, hey, there's going to be plenty of time to talk about that, man. I'll definitely help you out, man. Me and Hammer, we're gonna do a show this season when we're talking about parlays and prop bets and things like that. We're gonna make some money together, man. Let's do it. Now, let me put a disclaimer out there, man. I'm no expert, but last year I hit a lot on those prop bets. I hit a lot on first touchdown and things like that. So we'll talk about it. We'll break it down. You can make your own opinion. You throw your ideas out there. I throw some more ideas back at you, and we'll make some money together, man. Definitely, man. Yeah, I gotta go pick her up, man. She's definitely she's over at the Boys and Girls Club having a good time, man. She wanted me to pick her up early today, so usually I pick her up around 5. So yeah, it's gonna be a little bit early today for sure. Ruben Russ, what's the magic number for JJ? Hard for me to get behind paying a running back after seeing it fail so many times. Yeah, you know what? And I've said this before. I said this on the last show, man. We have the NFL running back market, and the market is saying, hey, we're not paying these running backs because of this, that, and the third. And, it's a passing league and these running backs get hurt and this and that. But for Josh Jacobs, it's a unique situation. He is definitely I read a stat that he has like the 7th most total yards in it, like before 25 in NFL history. He's one of those guys that is going to be a big focal point for our offense, and I think that the market doesn't necessarily reflect on how valuable he is for us, rather than valuable in terms of the NFL and how they see running backs. Right? Market value is about 12.8 million a year for Josh Jacobs. I think personally, I would give him about 13.5 to 14 this year. Now, I don't want to say that I'm giving him 14 million on average each year for the next 3 years. What I'm saying is this year, let's give him 13, 14 million, and then get some incentives in that second and third year with the trap door in that third year to get out of it and make him a Raider for life, man. He's very valuable to us as an offense. He was responsible for about like 80% of our total rushing yards last year. He was our bell cow guy. Our total offense, he was about 33% of that yardage wise. So he is a big focal point on this offense, and we go how Josh Jacobs goes with this offense. So I think we need to pay him and make him happy, and let's get him in there, and so he can tear it up once again this year, man. That's kind of where I stand with that one. I know that it's against what you would do for a running back, but he's in a unique situation with us, man. He's like a big percentage of our offense, and if we don't sign him, who else are we going to get? Like, our youngsters behind him, I don't think they're necessarily ready. Now, we won't know until we put feet to fire, but we got a proven running back now that's waiting to get paid. And to me, I think it's a good idea to give him his money that he deserves. All day Raiders, Big Mike continue striving for excellence. Nowhere but up to go. Started from the bottom. Now we're up, lit under the radar. One love, keep it holy. Hey, shout out to you, man. Yeah, just like the Raiders, man, we're under the radar, but we're going to rise to the top. That's what I have vision for this team, man. This is what I have vision for this channel. Thanks for the comment, man. That's exactly how I feel about it, man. Absolutely. Let's see. We'll get to the bottom of these right here. Digital Prez, Jacobs was 45 to 49% of our snaps last year. Yeah, man. That's a big number. That's a big number, man. Ruben, Big Mike, no backs in the last 15 Super Bowl teams are highly paid. Average salary $4 million, and that's the other side of that argument, man. That's why you don't pay him. We haven't seen a type of offense to where it's more balanced, a balanced attack win in quite a while. We've seen pass-heavy offenses win, so I think that's kind of what we're looking at now. Is that is turning into a passing league, and that's what the market is dictating. But I think that we can win there's other ways to win. I think. Now, I don't know, man. That is the other side of the argument. But it's tough, man. It's a tough situation. It's definitely tough, man. Gotta go. Chat with you later. Hope you all have a rest of your day, and I'll get out of here with that one. Hey, shout out to you, bro. I'll talk to you later, bro. We got to get together, and you got a birthday coming up, so we definitely got to talk strategy for that one, man. Let's see. I'm gonna get the one more comment, and then we're gonna get out of here soon, guys. Jason Marshall, guaranteed money is the only holdup. I believe he'll be signed long term by camp. Yeah, I agree with you, man. Let's see. Joseph C. He says no one's taking a pay cut. Would you take a pay cut for your job? No. Yeah, you're right. I like I said, man, for Josh Jacobs, 13.5, 14 million for him this year, and then some incentive second and third year to where he can make close to that number, and with the trap door in that third year. That's kind of what I think, man. David Bigelow, peace out. Y'all gotta get dinner going, man. Enjoy dinner, man. Save me some. Hopefully dinner goes well. Shout out to you, man. Thanks for pulling up, man. Guys, we are almost at an hour into this thing. I got to get going. Thanks once again for all the support, man. I mean it all. 59 of you guys in the building, man. I appreciate the love and the support, all the positive words. We got 1,100 subscribers. these numbers have jumped up like crazy in the last couple of days. We're almost getting monetized, man. It's crazy, man. And I really thank you guys so much for the support. Now, with that, guys, I got to get out of here, man. I got to get going. But hey, you guys have an excellent 4th of July weekend. Be safe. I want to see each and every one of you guys back in the building on July 5th and upright. No DUIs, no nothing, man. No fights, nothing, man. I want to see each and every one of you guys back in the building. Now, with that, you guys have a good one, and you guys take care. Peace out.
This is one of them hits now. Heard back from Earth, we just shot a few of my ships down. It's safe to say I'm totally pissed. Wow, my cloaking devices just malfunction. Guess it's time for a sit down. This is the problem I got with humans, mostly the common man. Constantly fucking with energy they don't understand. Always thinking they got the upper hand. The G-forces from my maneuvers can snap your spine like a rubber band. I shouldn't waste my time, they ain't half as nice. Put a Red Bull in your coffin so your ghost can have wings in the afterlife. Let's rock and roll like a belly dancer's rhinestone. It was my idea to shake the pineal gland like a pine cone. My thoughts create hurricanes, tornadoes, and cyclones. A punch for me is like an avalanche of granite and limestone. You live here, but now this is my home. I neuralize both your retinas. You wake up staring at the screen of your iPhone. Confused by the light plus the high tone. And now we connected from the microchip I placed next to your thigh bone. It's hard to understand cause you're mind blown, but I gotta cut communication. Your government just scrambled they spy drones.
That voice speaking Sumerian, the oldest language in human